Hi everybody. Let's try another video, see what we can learn from one of my favorite cases. This one is a bankruptcy case from Wisconsin. So this is the Eastern District of Wisconsin, and it's the Thompson versus Wells Fargo case. And this is a good case to learn from because it shows how just one judge can rule completely different from other judges if you give them a chance, I suppose. But this is an interesting case and I wanted to go over it so you guys could get into it because it is a good case. And it's also, I believe, a pro se case where the homeowner wins. So let's take a look at this. And basically this was the judge ruling, the memorandum decision on the debtor's motion for certain relief against Wells Fargo. And this was a case, it says, since the case inception in 2005, it has been fraught with litigation, failed mediations, discovery disputes, accusation of attorney misconduct, and otherwise tumultuous actions. In 2013, these proceedings eventually culminated in the court's disallowance of the proof of claim filed on behalf of Wells Fargo Bank after it was established that Wells Fargo was not the holder of the mortgage note underlying the claim. Really? Gee. I wonder how they figured that one out, huh? Well, anyway, as a result, the pro se debtors filed a flurry of motions to effectuate the claim disallowance decision. What that means is if we keep trying, guys, we're going to win. We just can't give up. This memorandum decision will hopefully end the litigation concerning the mortgage note, at least in the bankruptcy court. So, you know, this is one of those cases where you start reading it, you want to read the whole thing and see what's going on. And, you know, we're going to skip through all the statement of facts because that stuff is kind of boring, really, and you probably read it anyway. And, I mean, it is good stuff to read if you want to read it all. But let's go to the heart of the matter, and that's at the end. And let's look at the exhibit. Exhibit A. Okay, you can see the payments that the Thompsons made to the Chapter 13 trustee here. Alright, here, all the payments they made. And then Susan Kelly is the judge who decided this. Interestingly, the conclusion, the debtor's motion for reimbursement of the payments made on Wells Fargo's disallowed claim is granted, subject to offset for real estate taxes paid by Wells Fargo. Within 30 days of the date of this order, Wells Fargo must pay $73,041.49 to the debtors and $11,716.90 to the Chapter 13 trustee. The debtor's motion for reimbursement of attorney's fees and turnover of the original note are denied. The foregoing turn over the original note, really? Well, don't you think if they had the original note to turn over, then there wouldn't even be this issue? Anyway, the foregoing constitutes the court's findings of fact and conclusions of law. The court will enter separate orders on each motion. Now, right before the conclusion, there's some interesting points that you might want to look at. And look up some of these other cases too. There's some good ones. Let's see here. Okay, so the part here that we need to look at here is where it says that the court has concluded. You guys can see this good? The court has concluded, and the district court on appeal agreed that Wells Fargo is neither the holder of the note nor a non-holder in possession of the instrument with the rights to enforce it. And it has a docket number, which we could always look at that as well. Therefore, Wells Fargo and its affiliates, successors, and assigns cannot enforce the note, but that fact does not cancel the note nor discharge the debtor's obligations to the true owner. Well, who is the true owner? Interesting, isn't it? how they came up with that one? Anyway, guys, I thought y'all would like to look at this case because here's a case where not only did the judge rule in favor of the homeowners, but also that they had to pay the homeowners back for all those bankruptcy payments that they made. You know, a good chunk of change. Wells Fargo must pay $73,041.49 to the debtors. And, you know, Wells Fargo, or we like to call them as Wells Fargo, you know. They've been called a lot of things, but they do have that fraud manual that they made. So, I mean, that's what they are. And so, this judge obviously was smart enough not to fall for it, but you got to wonder, too, how some of these judges can sleep at night, right? But I thought y'all would like this, so I'm going to post a link to the case underneath so you guys can read it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Take care, guys. Keep up the fight. No,